What a great introduction. Thank you for that. Off the cuff. Welcome, fellow Toastmasters. And guests, welcome guests. I'm glad you're here. I'm excited today to share this information with you. This is something that I've been teaching for the last 19 years in my own profession, and something I've been using in my 40 plus years of sales. So I thought it'd be interesting to share that with you. And again, the title of this talk is The Art of Enrollment. So what I'd like to ask you first is, what would be your definition of the word enrollment? So, show anyone, who would have a definition of the word enrollment? Because if you don't have a definition, we're going to stand here all day with my hand up. Yes, Susan.
Bringing someone into something that you believe passionately about and enrolling them in your ideas and passion for
Okay.
that topic.
All right, good, excellent.
To become a part of.
Become a part of. All right, good. Become a part of. Yes, ma'am.
To participate?
Participate, okay. Now, in the interest of time, I'd like to talk a little bit too. I thought about it. I could have, we got a whole bunch of people here. I go through. I don't really know the art of enrollment, so I'm just hoping you guys. I want to give you my definition of enrollment, and what I'd like you to do is, as I talk to you today, I'd like you to listen from, not like I agree or I disagree, but listen from a place of possibility. Where can I use this information in my life? And then I'd like you to go out and try this stuff on, see if it is. So listen from that place of possibility toward those goals that you have in your life, whether they be Toastmaster goals, whether they be financial goals, business goals, relationship goals, whatever goals you're involved in. Listen from that place of possibility, and then go out and try it on, see if it fits. Now, do you all agree to do that, by the way?
Yes.
Okay, cool. It'd be tough if you didn't, because then we'd have a debate. All right, so my definition of enrollment: having someone do something for their highest good. Having someone do something for their highest good. Not my highest good, but their highest good. So I want to talk to you about that as a definition, that we all can align with that definition. Okay. Now, how many people in sales here or own a business? Okay, cool. And by the way, there's some of you should raise your hand too, because we're all really in sales. If you think about it, we're always selling something. And by the way, the definition of sales is the exact same definition as enrollment. Having someone do something for their highest good. Make sense? Anybody here selling crack cocaine? Okay, good. This is a good thing. But I don't know if that would be for their highest good. It's hard for me to understand what that would be. But I would presume that what you're doing out there is to help people in their lives for whatever it is, the product or service that you're selling. So definition of enrollment, definition of sales, having someone do something for their highest good. By the way, I'd like to make another point too, and I see some doing it. I'd like to recommend for the others not to, or to, not to. Don't ever do this. But take notes. Whenever you're listening to someone and you have information that could possibly get to you, take notes on it. You know, it's been estimated that we retain 3 to 5% of what we hear when someone's talking to us. But when we write it down, that percentage goes up to like 60, 70%. And we can refresh our memory. So I would recommend take some notes, because we're going to go through 4 steps here in the art of enrollment. 4 specific steps in the art of enrollment. And then again, enrollment is helping someone do something for their highest good. So we can talk about enrollment in Toastmasters, which, by the way, I've been around a long time. Toastmasters have been around a long time, since 1924. I know, beyond a shadow of a doubt, when we help somebody get into Toastmasters, it's for their highest good. I've seen it too often in my 20-some-odd years now in Toastmasters that people grow when they get into Toastmasters. I don't care where they started. They all grow from that place. So, or it could be in your business, or it could be in your sales, it could be in whatever you deem yourself as an enroller. And by the way, we take ourselves from these places. First, we're here at Toastmasters, we're an enroller at Toastmasters. Then we're in our business, we're an enroller in business. We're in our relationship, we're an enroller in relationship. We're with our family, we're an enroller with our family. So it doesn't change. The old adage, wherever you go, there you are. Mm-hmm. So you're always an enroller. Okay, so first, step number 1 in enrollment. Step number 1. Believe in what you sell. Believe in what you sell. And by the way that you believe something is to declare it. That's where belief comes from. It's a declaration that you make to yourself. It doesn't fall off a tree. It doesn't come out of the woods. It's a declaration, as is everything, is a declaration. So believing what we're selling is the most important thing that we can be doing. Before we even get on the phone, before we go talk to somebody, before we invite somebody, whatever, believe in what you sell. And belief is an ongoing conversation, declaration, affirmation, ongoing. It doesn't stop. And by the way, all of these that I'm going to talk to you about are conscious habits, not unconscious habits. Unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, because that's where growth comes from, our unconscious takes us usually away from these four things that I'm going to talk to you about today. If we just go unconscious to life, we most likely will not operate in these four factors that we're going to talk about. So we have to consciously, and consciously meaning always remembering it, always remembering it, always remembering it. And it's an ongoing process. Do you know how long you have to practice this?
Forever.
No, not forever, maybe not in heaven, but probably until you die. And they kick dirt in your face. Up to that point. It's just like exercise. Anybody exercising now? Okay, you know how long you're gonna have to exercise?
Till we die.
Not forever either, and heaven you don't have to do that. But until you die. You can't get to a place and say, I've arrived, I don't need to exercise anymore. Where's the candy, the cookies, the donuts? There we go. So it's an ongoing process, same with this. So a declaration called, I believe in what I sell. And find all the evidence to support it. Look at some of the people that you've enrolled already and see what they've created. Look at some of the testimonies that you may be getting from people who have shown you and said to you what you're doing. Keep that conversation going. The second important point in enrollment is what I call 100% intention. And 100% intention is not like I'll try, it'll be a good idea, I really like to. 100% intention means I am going to make this happen even before I've started any action to make it happen. So if you're going to make a phone call for an appointment, you declare to yourself on an ongoingly, I am making this appointment. And you operate like someone's life depends upon it. Not like pressure, not like burden, but like this is how important it is. And by the way, you know what? Two people's life depend upon your ability to come from 100% attention. And who are those two people, do you think?
You and the other person.
Yeah, the person you're going to enroll and yourself. So you've got to operate like, I'm going to make this happen. One of the best ways I know how to do that is to make this declaration. I don't know what it's going to look like. In fact, write this down. I don't know what it's going to look like, but I'll ... And the ... is whatever your commitment is. So if you're going to have somebody come to Toastmasters, before you get on the phone with that person, you declare, I don't know what it's going to look like, but I'm going to make it happen. And then, when you're operating like that, all the elements of the universe work out in that form. Now I want to tell you a little story about how that